I'm delighted to be joined now by Jenny Whelan, who is Tertiary Manager at Tipperary ETB. Good morning to you, Jenny.
Good morning.
I had to practice that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Tertiary.
Not the easiest word.
What exactly does it mean?
So for tertiary, in its general meaning, means really any education opportunities after second level. But for us here in Tipperary ETB and for other ETBs and higher education institutions around the country, it means third level opportunities for students where they start their degree with their local education and training board and finish the degree then with the higher education institution. So it's guaranteed progression from an education and training board into a higher education
So this is a great
institution.
opportunity because it's not based around the points that we'd be familiar with.
No,
Yeah.
it's an alternative to the CAO application system. It's available to Leaving Cert graduates, as the CAO route would be, but it's also available to mature students,
Yes.
and they would be people that are over 23 years of age on the 1st of January of the year they want to access the programme. And it's also open to QQI graduates, so those that might have, for example, done a PLC course and achieved a level 5 major award. So it's really to remove barriers. We're trying to increase participation of people who otherwise might be underrepresented in third level, and it's providing, like, for some students to go straight from second level into third level will be seamless and they will very much enjoy the opportunity.
Yes.
But for some, that jump is a little bit too much, and maybe a year with somebody like Tipperary FET College, where they'll be in small classes, where they'll be very much supported, where they'll be doing the first year of their degree, that could make all the difference for when they go to second year then in the higher education institution. So it's the same degree,
Yeah.
or what we say is same degree, just a different route.
And the disciplines, then, I know there's a particular interest in the sports sciences.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. So for September 2025, Tipperary ETB has worked with our colleagues in Thurles, Technological University
Yeah.
of the Shannon, and you probably know they have two campuses
Yes.
in Tipperary. They've one here in Thurles and they've one in Clonmel. So for Thurles, Tipperary FET College will offer year one of an applied sports science programme. The unique thing about this programme is it's called a common year programme. So students will do their first year with us actually here in Archerstown, a fantastic campus, and during the course of that year with us, students will choose one of 3 degrees that they can progress to year 2 in. So those 3 degrees are a Bachelor of Science in Applied Sports Science with Strength and Conditioning, or they can focus on sport and exercise nutrition, or they can focus on performance technology. So they're getting a year to sample 12 different modules. They're getting the first year of their degree done here in Archerstown. They have a guaranteed progression route into year 2 in the Thurles campus here, and they don't have to choose what their specialism is until the end of first year. So
What
it
a
really
great
is.
opportunity,
It's
isn't it?
fantastic. It's fantastic. And we've in Clonmel then in Tipperary FET College, the MAL, formerly known as CTI, students could do year 1 with us in digital arts, and it's the same thing. We've set it up the same way. It's a common year where students will do modules across the digital art spectrum, and during the course of year 1 then they'll decide what they'd like to progress to year 2 in: digital animation, game art and design, or visual effects for film, TV and animation. So it is quite innovative and it's exciting.
Isn't it just indeed? Are there other courses then outside of what we've been speaking about here
Absolutely.
available to degree level?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So within Tipperary ETB, we've entered, it's a very, very new initiative. The first tertiary students would have started in September 2023. Tipperary ETB itself is only entering this space now for September 2025, so it's brand new. But around the country, there's over 40 different tertiary degree programmes already established, and there'll be more added for September 2025. The pilot is really being used to, in some ways, I suppose, build a foundation. Like the CAO is very well established. There's really very few people in the country who don't understand the CAO system. So we're starting by developing a certain number of programmes. We're adding to that every year in the hope that this will really get traction and students will see this as a viable alternative to the CAO application system.
I'm so impressed with Archerstown here, Jenny. I'm not sure how many people would be completely aware of the wonderful setup.
I agree, but even to be honest, when you pull up at the front and you see the red brick building, I think people don't even have a concept of how deep the building is behind.
Sure,
when I first started coming over here for meetings, I was given a tour and honestly, I was thinking, how many more rooms
Layers,
are there?
yeah.
It's amazing, and such so well equipped, and there's always a lovely atmosphere here. It's a really dynamic. It would be, I think, a fantastic campus for tertiary students to enter. Yeah.
And of course, today being an open day, it's an ideal opportunity to have a look at what's happening here.
Absolutely, because I mean, I work in education, and as a parent, sometimes even I can get overwhelmed with the amount of options there are for students, and the different routes they can enter, the different routes they can follow to get their dream degree or to get their dream career. So to have open days like this, where they can stand up in front of somebody, ask the questions, take the information, go away, do a bit of research, it's invaluable. It's absolutely fantastic.
And of course, we're all aware of the stories of people who have gone direct from Leaving Cert to college, and then they discover that what they've chosen isn't for them, for example.
Absolutely.
And then it's a big problem at that point.
It's a big problem. Would you believe, so the latest statistics that we have relate to the 2021-2022 student population. Between 14 and 28% of students who completed first year did not progress to second year in a higher education institution.
I didn't realise it was as high.
So high, depending on what the vocational area is. So, it would lead you to wonder, where is the mismatch there? You know, and certainly, I think, and I don't know, is it maybe a throwback maybe to the times COVID and shutdown and that. The opportunity for students to attend their local FET college, like Tipperary FET College here in Archerstown or the Mall, really, when you're talking about such small classes and such tailored support and really focused learning, one would hope that will improve the progression routes for students then when they move on to the higher education institution. That's really a key point of this.
And while we talk about FET here in Archerstown, of course, FET opportunities all over the county.
All over the county. For part-time, full-time, from more pastime type courses to courses that will set you up for life and set you up for the workplace. There really is something for everybody. And as you said, the opportunity today to be able to talk to people, to explain what's there. And even, I would say to people who are maybe a little bit nervous about returning to education, you can start small with a night class and, find your feet, continue working if you've got a job, if you're raising a family, and maybe that could open a door to something else. There's something for everybody if that's what they want.